Hi, just Duncan here, just putting together another video for you. On this video, we are going to have a look at road signs and road markings. Something really important for us to make sure that we are aware of and we fully understand, you know, what they are and what they actually mean. Road signs and road markings are actually giving you crucial information, okay, as you drive to what is happening ahead, the things that you need to do, the things that you can't do, coming up to things like junctions, making sure that you're aware of priorities and what other traffic you have to give way to. The list goes on. So if we have good understanding, okay, of these road signs and road markings, and we're looking out for them and we see them in good time, then we know exactly what we're going to need to do and how we're going to deal with situations ahead, etc. So, you know, it really is important, okay, that we actually do learn our road signs and road markings. To be honest with you, kind of see quite often, okay, well, people obviously start to learn their theory and obviously study their theory and stuff, but you know, you got to remember, okay, that theory is there to be put into practice. So, you know, it is having this understanding. So I've got a book here called Know Your Traffic Signs. This is probably the best book to really use to learn about your road signs and road markings. It's giving you a really comprehensive look at all the road signs and road markings in there and giving you good explanation of, okay, what they mean and how you should be dealing with them. I think it's also, you know, sort of like, you know, learning to understand the signs, because obviously signs take on different forms, different shapes, different sizes, etc. So, you know, understanding, okay, the shapes, the sizes and the different colors all have different meanings. So when we start to understand the basics, okay, of how road signs work, then we've got a good idea of what's going on. So what I mean by that, okay, generally we get triangular signs, circular signs and rectangular signs. So generally you'll find, okay, your triangular signs are giving you warning. They're warning you of hazards or potential dangers ahead. For example, you know, school children or pedestrians, or maybe a junction, a roundabout or something of that nature. So it's warning you of things that are going to be coming ahead, so of things you need to pay attention to. Circular signs giving you orders, okay, telling you things that you have to do or things that you can't do. So, you know, we might have speed signs. So we'll see the speed sign with the red outer ring in the white ring with the black letters in there. So when we see the speed signs, these are obviously the maximum speed limit, okay, allowed, okay, on that particular section of road. Blue signs, okay, it's normally telling you things that you have to do. So maybe giving an arrow in a blue sign, giving you a direction, telling you which way you have to go. Rectangular signs normally give you information. So information maybe about a junction or a roundabout, telling you, okay, the information about where each exit off that roundabout is going to, either maybe to a town or even a road number or something of that nature. So, you know, having that understanding there, okay, of, you know, what kind of sign it is, and so when you see that, you kind of understand what sort of information you're going to get from that sign. So obviously go to this book and everything is in there for you. So what we're going to do is just going to put a short drive together, just for 5 minutes or so, where we're going to come across, okay, some road signs and road markings, just to see what kind of information, okay, we're getting, okay, on this short drive. And then what you can do is obviously go to Know Your Traffic Signs book, okay, maybe have a look at some of the road signs you've seen on there, so you can start to get more of the information you need about those signs or road markings. Okay. Okay then, so we're just going to go for a short drive for about 5 minutes or so, where we're just going to have a look at some of the road markings and the road signs that we're going to come across. So I'll give you a bit of a commentary as I'm going along, just talking about what I see and just giving you some bits and pieces of information as we go along. Okay, so as we're moving off from where we are now, okay, we can see that we've got a center line running down the road, and up ahead we've got a couple of speed signs which are telling us 30 mile an hour. So obviously identifying those speed signs, we need to make sure that we are doing 30 mile an hour, okay, before we actually pass those signs. All right, so let's have a bit of a drive and let's see what we can find on our way. So we generally know, okay, probably coming into a 30 mile an hour area, we are likely to be coming into a built up area. So why the speed limit has dropped, okay, obviously built up areas, there's likely to be pedestrians and people about. So obviously that lower speed limit is obviously going to be important for safety. We've got say the faded broken white line in the middle of the road, okay, which is a long white line with a short gap, which is a hazard warning line. So the hazard, not telling us what the hazard is, but the hazard here, we've got a bit of a bendy road, okay, vision is restricted, so warning of that. And we're just passing a warning sign showing of children. Double yellow lines on the left hand side of the road, so obviously parking restrictions. And we've got some yellow zigzag lines, okay, which we see outside schools. So during school times, okay, we're not allowed to park in those areas, keeping the entrance and exit, okay, from the school clear for children. Again, that's mainly keeping, okay, to hopefully keep visibility there. So other drivers using the road, okay, on the move, passing those areas, okay, have got good visibility. There's no cars restricting visibility there, so they're able to see children about a lot easier. So again, this hazard warning line running down the middle of the road continues. We can see the junction on the left and the road markings for the junction on the left. And we can be approaching at the end of this road where we can see a giveaway sign on the left, telling us to give way in 50 yards. We've got the triangles on the road also telling us to give way, and we've got the double broken white line running across the end of the road here telling us to give way. So the centre road marking is now changed. We've got a solid white line with a broken white line on our side. It's back to a hazard warning line, and it's going to change again now where we've got the solid white line on our side of the road and the broken white line on the opposite side. So traffic with a solid white line cannot overtake. Now we've got two white lines, so it means that we can't no traffic can overtake on either side of the road. And as we come up to the top here, we'll find that that line, okay, will probably change again. So it's a double white lines running all the way up. Warning sign of skidding cars, and we can see that we've got the broken white line on our side and the solid line on the opposite side. So we can overtake, oncoming traffic can't. And we can see these arrows in the middle of the road now telling that oncoming traffic to get back to their side of the road. So warning sign now, okay, of a bend to the left and warning us to reduce, okay, our speed for that bend. We also saw slow written on the road as well. So we're just reducing speed because again, visibility around this bend is very poor. Okay, as we come out again, we can see that we've got the hazard warning line continuing down the road. So this road, okay, does bend. Okay, there's some bends in it, and there's also a lot of dips in the road, which is also going to be obstructing our visibility. So that is why, okay, we're seeing the hazard warning line coming up. As you come out of the bend, a bit further up, okay, you're about to see the center line change. So it's the gap between the lines is now a lot greater. So all we've got here, that is there just to show you the center of the road. And as we come closer up to the next bend, you'll see the center line changing again to a long white line with that smaller gap. Again, the hazard being the bend in the road. The two solid white lines either side of the road, okay, is just actually showing us the edge of the road. Okay, so we've got some road signs coming up now. Okay, you got an information sign on the left, okay, telling us about the roundabout that we're approaching. We're taking the road ahead of this roundabout, which is the second exit. We can see the big black and white sign directly in front of us, showing us which direction, okay, the road is bending to. And as we come onto the roundabout, we can see the blue sign with the white arrow, again showing us the direction, okay, that the roundabout, the traffic moves on the roundabout. Obviously in this country, it is clockwise. So we're taking the next exit off the roundabout. Getting some information signs. Brown sign there giving us tourist information signs, and we can see that we've got some 30-mile-an-hour signs, two warning signs on the left, warning of a roundabout and school children about. So we've got the giveaway triangle and a giveaway line, okay, coming up to the roundabout. Turning right at the roundabouts, and as I come into this road, I don't know whether you'll see it, okay, there's a sign telling us that, okay, traffic exceeding 7.5 tons is not allowed down this road. And we're going to find somewhere safe on the left to park. Okay, so we just had that short drive there, okay, where we saw various road markings. I tried to give you a bit of a commentary on that, but obviously I'm sure you appreciate as we're driving along, things are kind of happening all the time. So what sort of signs and markings did we see? Well, we saw obviously speed signs, okay, where the speed limit was changing. We saw various different center lines running along the center road from a hazard warning line, so obviously just trying to make us pay attention to potential hazards ahead, to we had the double solid line, white line in the middle of the road, and one side was solid and the other side was broken, so again giving us restrictions about overtaking. You got to remember one thing I didn't mention, okay, within the where we have the double white lines or solid white line and a broken white line, there is that also is telling us that it's a clear way, so we shouldn't be parking, okay, on anywhere along that area, okay, where we have those lines. We saw some zigzag, yellow zigzag lines where schools, where you can't park there, okay, for safety reasons, trying to obviously stop restrictions, okay, of visibility for other drivers, keeping the area clear, so trying to make the road certainly more visible for road users to be able to see children and things like on the road. So the point there, okay, is, all right, these signs are there for a really good reason, okay, alerting us to different situations, alerting us to potential problems, okay, that we should be consciously thinking about and consciously looking out for, okay, as we drive. And it's going to affect, they should affect the way that we drive. So, you know, at times, although we might be in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, because of certain situations that are there, it might not be suitable for us to be actually now driving at 30. We might need to consider driving at a slower speed. So these signs, okay, are there for a very, very good reason. And even though you're going to see other road users ignoring them, it doesn't, okay, make for good, safe driving if we do ignore them. We should obey, okay, what the road signs and road markings are telling us to do for our safety and for everybody else's safety on the road. So have a look at the worksheet, okay, that we put together again for this video. We're just going to ask you a few questions and a few different signs and road markings there, just to see, okay, what your knowledge is already like on that. And I say, okay, you need to spend some serious time, okay, with your book, okay, know your signs, know your traffic signs. The good thing to actually do, okay, as well, to help you improve your knowledge on this, I'm sure most people are passengers in the car and obviously get into a car on a regular basis. So, you know, when you're out and about, okay, on your travels and that, start looking at road signs and start looking at road markings, okay, making sure that, you know, you're identifying them and you know what they are and understand them. If you're coming across road signs or road markings that you don't know, you don't understand, or you've not seen before, then obviously make a note of it. Maybe perhaps take a picture of them or something like that, okay, with your phone. Go back to your book and that, and obviously now make it, your job to obviously actually find out, okay, what that road sign or what that road marking is actually telling you. Say, okay, the better our knowledge of them, the better we're going to be able to deal with and the better we're going to be able to be driving safely on the road. Okay, so hopefully that one has been some help to you, and I'll see you on the next video.